So I left something out. Hi, I am Heather Ann with Heather Ann in Progress. And I reintroduced myself on my channel a couple weeks ago. And when I did, I told you about a lot of the different things I do. Theater, I love acting, singing, dancing, cats. I am a retired homeschool mom. I am in midlife. I do a lot of decluttering. But one of the things that is a goal I am working on this year that is not something I shared because I haven't shared it with many people, I decided to share in this video today. And that is tarot. So I was very late to owning a tarot deck, to being interested in tarot. I bought my first deck for myself in 2019. There were a number of reasons why I came late to it. That's a conversation for another day. So I did buy myself a deck in 2019. It'll be the first deck you see. It is the Tarot of Pagan Cats, and it's a beautiful deck. I found biddytarot.com, which was such a great resource, still a resource I use. So I started, I want to say it was in 2020, a Instagram account under a different name because I was still keeping that part of myself secret, quote unquote secret. And I posted just a card of the day. As my practice to learn tarot, I would draw one card and I would post it. And I never dreamed of bringing tarot to this account, but my main deck likes to yell at me. And it has just been coming up more and more the last few weeks that this is a part of myself I need to share wider than I have been. So here we are. I'm going to take you on a tour today of my 7 cat themed tarot decks, and I'm not going to do a reading or anything. I am fairly new to reading, so let me take a step back about why I'm being yelled at. So if you may have heard of something called 12 Magical Nights. This is the first year I've ever done it. So you write down 13 wishes, but they have to be wishes that you can actually be responsible for and create in your life yourself. So they could be things surrounding fitness or nutrition or decluttering your home or working on a particular skill. So you write out these 13 wishes and you burn one each night through the sort of Advent season up to New Year's Day, and the universe is going to take care of those ones that were burned. And then the last wish, the one that remains, is the one that you are responsible for. And in 2026, the first time I've ever done the wish that was left was getting better at tarot reading and actually learning to do readings for other people. I've always been, among my friends, I've always been like a coach and a mentor, somebody that people go to. So I really feel like incorporating tarot into that, I can help more people. And I really love helping people, and this feels like a positive way that I can do that. So here I am. I'm going to show you my 7 cat themed tarot decks. I'm not going to do a reading or anything like that, but I wanted to share these with you because they are so cute and I have people ask about them all the time. If you want to see a daily draw from the cat tarot decks, follow that account on Instagram because that is a different account than my main account. That account, my tarot Instagram account, is Cat Lady Tarot and the number 7. So Cat Lady Tarot 7. And every month I pick a different deck and do a daily card and just do a little short reading about how that card might help you lock into your goals that day, or I might have a journaling prompt or that sort of thing. So a little bit of a guidance for the day. So without further ado, let's look at those decks. On to the tour of my cat tarot decks. So the first deck I'm going to show you is the deck that I bought for myself. So it's the one I've had the longest. This is Tarot of Pagan Cats. It's just really a beautiful deck. I love the back on it. The imagery is, I would say, reminiscent of the Rider-Waite and many of the cards, but not directly of the Rider-Waite. So I really have always felt averted from the Rider-Waite. It just has a really negative association for me for no reason that I can think of in this lifetime. But this deck I just really love. I think there's so much symbolism in each card that it makes it very easy to read, especially if you read in an intuitive style, not just a, well, this card means and that card means. And so I just really love this deck. It's the one that I reach for the most. It's the one I've done quite a few readings with this deck. I haven't really done many readings for other people with this deck because I kind of keep this deck more privately. So I will do readings for friends, but this is really the deck I use for myself. So this is a tarot of Pagan Cats, and my very first tarot deck ever. So deck number 2. I love this deck so much. This is the deck I use the most on my Instagram account. This is the deck I've done readings for people with. It is absolutely just adorable. It is fairly gentle in its readings. It's still a very honest deck, I would say. It doesn't try to sugarcoat things, but I think just the nature of the whimsical cards makes it far more likely that it feels gentle whenever it's yelling at you. They're just so cute. So I'm going to try to flip through the Emperor, flip through and find some of the cuter cards. It's kind of hard. These are a little bigger than that other deck. This is one of my favorite. Just how cute is that? No, but you wouldn't think that you could make the devil be cute, but here we are. They're a nice size. They're, like I said, they're a little bigger than than the Tarot of Pagan Cats. They are really nice weight. They are not flimsy at all. All right, okay, there's a couple more. The Fool. I wanted to find the Tower, of course, naturally. This is one of my favorite decks, or my favorite cards, the Ten of Cups, partly because I collect Fiesta ware. And so the colorful bowls is just awesome. Oh, there it is, Death. That's the one I wanted to find. Isn't that awesome? So I love this deck. Like I said, it's a nice size, really cute, fairly simple, but really cute backs on them. Super cute little box that it comes in. One of the things I adore about the box is, see the little cat here on the end. And once you put the lid in, he's peeking out at you. It's just super cute. It's got the little foil here on the cover. This is Cat Tarot by Lynn Kott. Now, there is also, if you like oracle cards, Kitten Oracle, also by Lynn Kott, that I just recently got. So I haven't spent a lot of time yet with this deck. They are the same size, which is nice. So if you like oracle cards and you like kittens, there's another option for you. So this was a deck that I got from a Kickstarter, the Fantasy Feline Tarot deck designed by Christopher Lee. One thing really nice about this deck, it is very beginner friendly. So it has all of these cards to let you know what all of the symbols on each one of the individual cards means. And then each individual card is done like a magic deck. It has the sort of general upright meaning, reverse meaning. When you're getting started, having these right here on the card is so helpful, and then it has all of the other symbols letting you know different aspects of the card. The artwork is just so cute. One thing that gave me pause about it is that the artwork is AI assisted. It's not entirely AI, but it is AI assisted. And so if you really don't want AI art around at all, then just be aware that that is an issue with this deck. When you were in the Kickstarter, you were able to buy some of the individual pictures as prints, and so my dining room is no longer a dining room. It is a game room set up for playing Dungeons and Dragons and Magic and other tabletop games. And so I actually have some of the artwork from these cards framed that look like different D&D archetypes, framed in my game room for that purpose. But so it is super cute. I think it's a fun deck. You can still get this one from the artist directly. I will link down in the description. It does have the gold foil. It does have a directional back, which I know some people, if they work in reverses, they don't necessarily like a directional back. So that, get in there, is the Fantasy Feline deck, tarot deck by Christopher Lee. So my next deck, unfortunately, the last time I looked, which was fairly recently, you cannot get this deck anywhere. This was a Kickstarter deck, and it's so sad because it's such a beautiful deck. This is a beautiful box. It's got the gold foil and the magnet clasp. In the Kickstarter, one of the levels, you got the shiny sticker, which I have, rainbow sticker, which I have here in my box. And this is the Paw of Light tarot deck by Zapatrax. The cards themselves have foil on the back. They are, again, the slightly bigger size like the Cat Tarot, but not the biggest cards. They're coming up. And look at these. Look at these images. They're so beautiful. They're all just the soft greens and oranges and yellows. One of the things that's really fun about this deck is that it changes up the suits to be more cat themed. So catnips are wands. And snacks are pentacles. Oops. Bowls are cups. And then let me find the last one. There we are. Claws are swords. So instead of the traditional suits, we have snacks. I covered them up. Catnips, bowls, and claws, which I just think is darling. Sadly, I don't think you can get your hands on it unless you find somebody who owned it and is willing to part with it. I don't know. That's weird. I do a lot of thrifting, but I've never thought about using a deck that somebody else had owned first. I don't know. Have to tell me in the comments what you think of that. So that is Paw of Light tarot deck. Now, I said there was a big deck coming. That's Grimalkin's Curious Cats. Grimalkin's was a gift to me from my mother-in-law. Notice this is an 80 card deck and guidebook because Grimalkin's has 2 additional cards. And I think I have them where I can grab a hold of them. Yes, I do. Beautiful backs, but these are big cards, so they are a little bit of a struggle, in my hands at least, to hand-to-hand shuffle because they are big beasties. And I just shuffled those 2 cards in. Well, we're going to have to find them. So you have lots of symbolism in these cards. There's so many different things to see in each one of the cards. And so if you are somebody who likes to really dive into the symbols on a card, I think this is a great deck. All right, where are they? Cannot believe I just did that. Where are we? If you slow down the video, you can see all of the cards as I scroll past trying to find the 2 that I had set out and that I just accidentally... there we go. All the way naturally, nearly at the bottom. So this deck has 2 additional cards. It has Grimalkin and it has Unity. So I just think it's fun that they added these additional cards to this deck. So this deck is still available, and these are not only big cards, but they are very thick cards. So I would think if you have small hands, they might be a challenge. You would have to have a big table to just do the pull it all around and shuffle it that way sort of shuffle. Next up comes Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. You're like, wait, if the Grimalkin's was big, that one's huge. No, the cards are not this big. But what is this big for the feline obsessed is this fantastic book that comes in this one. It's in color. It's just got so much instruction. So there's like a section on what the associations of the different numbers and court cards are. So it's got like a little educational section up in the front, how to do readings for others. It's got some sample spreads, including some that are kitty inspired. And then all of the cards are pictured. And then the information about the cards, the descriptions are written inspired by the fact that this is a cat deck, let's say. It's not like this, all these beautiful, cute cards, and then like, here is the boring description that has nothing to do with cats. No, it's not. This is one of the best things about this deck is just a fantastic book that comes with it. So if you're a beginner, and I think the imagery is fairly reflective of traditional tarot imagery, so it would help in that way. And it comes in this like fabulous box. I'm going to set this aside just a little bit so I can. And beautiful backs. They are kind of a matte finish. Again, I think this is a really nice size for shuffling, but just I love beautiful images. A little cartoony, which is fun. I love, but oh, look at that. Isn't that the sweetest? The images are very cute, very sweet. They're less cutesy than cat tarot, but I'm gonna try to find some of the, but obviously this is a fairly traditional for the Three of Swords, the heart with the swords, death, the Wheel of Fortune, justice, magician. Of course it's a Persian. So soft colors, nice card weight. There's our Fool. So this is Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. This was a gift to me from my daughter for Christmas this last year, Cat's Eye Tarot. This particular deck is going to have extra meaning going forward because not only was it a gift from my daughter, it was purchased at this shop where I live. The owner, I've been friends with the owner for 20 years, and she was killed in an automobile accident last summer. And we have now learned that the shop is going to close. So not only will this forever have meaning to me as a gift from my daughter, but it will have meaning to me as one of the last things I've received from the shop that's closing. It is a nice size. Again, it's back to that same size that I really like. The one thing I think if you worked in reverses at all, that might be challenging with this deck, as you were seeing. The backs of the cards are very cute, but they are very directional. Because if you've got one card laying in there like this, you're going to notice that it's in there. One of the things that the artist did with this set is each one of the suits has a different color of kitty. So pentacles are tabby cats. Most of them are tabby and white. Wands are our ginger tabbies. Cups are tuxedos, though there are a few white cats in with the cups too. And swords are seal points. If you like a lot of symbolism, these are pretty just classic images of cats. I don't feel like this deck has as much symbolism. Isn't that awesome? Ooh, that dog is going to regret it. You can see our queen here. Fairly simple background. So you're not getting all of the other images in the pictures. The cups face cards are almost all like this with the tuxie cat on just a red background. I mean, some of them are more image intensive, but a lot of them are fairly simple. So if you want a card or a deck that has a lot of symbolism in the cards, this may not be the one for you, but it is beautiful artwork. And like I said, it will forever have its own personal meaning for me for various reasons. This is the deck that I am currently using for the Daily Draw Tarot card on my Instagram account. That's Cat Lady Tarot, the number 7. If you wind up following me over there and you ever have a particular one of my decks that you would like to see, I always take suggestions for which deck I use for the next month's cards. So here's my 7. There's the Cat's Eye Tarot, the Paw of Light, Cat Tarot, which is the very cutesy one. We have our Fantasy Feline Tarot deck. We have the Grimalkin's Curious Cats. We have the Honker Cats Rule the Earth Tarot with its nice big box. And then my Pagan Cats deck. So there are my 7 cat tarot decks. Thank you for joining me as I show off my fun little collection of cat-themed tarot decks. They bring me so much joy, even if I don't use them for reading. I do rotate through them on my Instagram account, so I get to have my hands on them and see all of the pictures every day, and they're just so cute. Some of them are so whimsical, some of them are just such lovely artwork. They make me happy. I'm not sure, 7 is my lucky number. and it comes up in my life all the time. And so I have 7 right now. So I'm like, do I want to get more than 7? Or do I want to stick with 7? Because having 7 seems important. But at the same time, oh my gosh, there are so many more cute cat decks out there. So probably, in all honesty, no, I will be getting more cat-themed tarot decks at some point. And the best place to find those would be on my tarot-themed Instagram account. It's Cat Lady Tarot 7. That's the number 7. And I do Sunday through Friday. I don't usually do one on Saturday. But Sunday through Friday, I will draw a single card and post a little short reading about how connecting to that card and the energies of that card might help you manifest your goals that day. And that'll be the place as I start to offer readings free to start. But so my plan is each month I will offer just a limited number of free readings. And as I practice, because I do want to eventually do readings professionally, I don't think it's going to be my full-time job at all, but I also want to be able to do readings to raise money for the cat rescue I work with. But that's the place to follow along for tarot. Now, as a new YouTuber, we're not supposed to have a niche, apparently. We just kind of throw this stuff out there. So who knows what direction this channel will take as people connect with my content. While tarot had definitely not been part of what I had planned to put on this channel, here we are. And so maybe this is what people connect with. And this channel might eventually be Heather Ann in progress as a tarot reader. Because let me tell you, of all the things that I am in progress on, this is probably the biggest right now. And so this is definitely a steep learning. I don't know that it's a steep learning curve, but it is definitely a learning curve that I'm going to have to work hard on. And so this is definitely an in progress part of my life right now. But let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos about tarot. But for sure there will be videos on decluttering, and that it had intended to be my primary focus of this channel. But at the same time, I am interested in so many things. I'm interested in cats. I'm interested in theater. I love helping people with things around the house, which is actually the couple videos I had been planning on batching together. And so I am happy to see where this YouTube channel takes us. And if you would like to come along with me on that journey, please hit the subscribe button and wait for my next video. See what I'm going to do next week. I don't know. So we will see what next week brings. And until then, remember that small, consistent actions add up to big changes. See you next week.